K. Prakash, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the basics of IC engines. So today we are going to discuss the basic components of IC engines. So we are going to see the basic components of the IC engines with the help of a construction model of a 4-stroke diesel engine. So before seeing this, by seeing this layout, we will see what are the main parts here. So this is an engine body where the top portion is the engine head, and if you take this, so this is an cylinder and this is an piston and this is an engine crankcase, and bottom part is the sump. So now we will discuss each and every components of the IC engines. First let us go with the engine head. So what is the purpose of an engine head? Let us see here. So as I told you that this is an 4-stroke engine. Here we are having the openings of inlet valve and outlet valve in this setup. So you can see here. Okay. So this engine head is used for opening and closing of the valves. So now by this rotation we can see the movement of the valves. So we can see here, so these valves are opened and closed with the help of the rocker arm. So this is called as a rocker arm. So this is called as a rocker arm. So here there are valves, inlet valve and exhaust valves. So these inlet valve and exhaust valves are present, and these valves are opened with the help of the rocker arm. Okay. So this mechanism of opening and the closing of the valves are happening in the engine head. Next is the cylinder. So this is the cylinder. So if the cylinder, inside the cylinder there is a piston. So a piston is sealed so that the piston moves in the to and fro motion, in the reciprocating motion, so that this reciprocating motion may be transferred into some rotary motion with the help of a connecting rod. So this is the connecting rod, you can see here. So this is how the connecting rod is there. So this is the connecting rod. So this connecting rod is connected with the piston and the crankshaft. So this is the crankshaft, where this crankshaft is coupled with the drive mechanisms. So now, so this is the basic setups, and here we are having the flywheel. So what is the purpose of flywheel? Is to store the energy. And coming here, we will see the manifolds. So here this is an inlet manifold. So what is the purpose of the inlet manifold is, so the air which is used for the combustion process comes into this inlet manifold. So this is a filter where air is filtered and then air is coming inside through this inlet manifold. So already I have told that, so this is a diesel engine. So fuel is directly sprayed into the cylinder with the help of a fuel injector and then fuel injection pump. So this is a fuel injector and this is a fuel injection pump. And there is an exhaust manifold. So if you take here, so this is an exhaust manifold, you can see here. So this is an exhaust manifold. After the combustion process takes place, the burnt out gases comes out through this exhaust manifold. So in the engine head, there are mechanisms to control the opening and closing of valves, and there is an inlet manifold and there is an exhaust manifold. So now coming to the next part. So here in the cylinder, the inside the cylinder it is very smooth, as the piston is riding inside the cylinder. And if you see the piston, you can see some rings are mounted in the piston. If you are getting closer, we can see some rings are mounted in the piston. So what are these rings? What is the purpose of the rings? So here these rings are of different types. So one is compression rings, another one is oil rings. Okay. So what is this purpose of compression rings is it holds perfectly with the cylinder. So this piston is sealed with this cylinder, so there is a perfect matching between these to hold and to move in the reciprocating motion. And there is an oil rings, and this there is a small opening here. What is the purpose of this opening is, so when this piston is moving inside the cylinder, because of the movement of two surfaces, there may be some friction. So to reduce the friction, we are using some lubrication oil. So the lubrication oil is entering through this. So here what happens is, so the excess heat which is produced due to friction and for smooth operations, so oil is injected here so that lubrication takes place. So what is the purpose of this oil rings is, when the piston comes downwards, it scoops all the oil towards the sump. And what is the purpose of the compression rings is, so inside this combustion chamber, see here, so here the combustion takes place, so the burned gases will not enter into the bottom side of the engine. So this compression rings holds a package or boundary between the combustion chamber and the other parts of the engine. So next, coming to the connecting rod. So this is a gudgeon pin, where this gudgeon pin is used to connect the piston and the connecting rod, and this connecting rods hold as a bridge between the piston and the crankshaft. Because here, what is the main function of the connecting rod is, so here the piston moves in the reciprocating motion, whereas the crankshaft is rotating in the rotary motion. So this connecting rod makes the reciprocating motion into rotary motion. So now coming to the fuel systems. See, if you take the fuel systems, so this is the fuel tank. So the fuel which is used for combustion is stored in this fuel tank, and from this fuel tank it comes to an filter, diesel filter. So here some unwanted dust particles and other unwanted residuals are filtered in the diesel filter, and then the fuel comes here, and this is a fuel injection pump. Okay. So this fuel injection pump is called as a cam actuated fuel injection pump. You will see how this is taking place. So this pump is working with the help of a camshaft. So that is why this is called as a cam actuated pump. So from the cam actuated pump, the fuel is coming to the fuel injector. So this is an injector, see here. So this is an injector. So this is pointed. So this is a nozzle. So here what happens is, the fuel coming here we are increasing the velocity, and then with the increasing velocity, what happens is the fuel is sprayed inside the cylinder. So what is the purpose of this fuel injector is to increase the velocity so that the mixture of air and fuel takes place in good manner. So this is the purpose of an fuel injector. And coming here, you can see here some gears are there, gear trains are there. So what is the purpose of this? Okay. So here, already I told you this, there is a camshaft which is available. Okay. So let us, if you come closer, we can see here. So there is a camshaft inside. So this camshaft is rotating with the help of this timing gears. Okay. This timing gears is connected with the crankshaft. So as the crankshaft is rotating, so this timing gear is rotating. So this camshaft is connected with this timing gear, and with the help of the push rod, you can see this back side. See here, this is the push rod. So with the help of the push rod, this rocker arm is moving so that the inlet valve and exhaust valve is opening and closing. So as this is a cut section model, so the bottom is not showcased here. So bottom is called as a sump, where the oil which is used for the lubrication purpose is stored here. And next here, coming here, you can see some openings here. What is this? What is the purpose of this? So this is called as water jackets. So what is the purpose of these water jackets is, so as the combustion takes place in a very high temperature, the excess heat may affect the parts of the IC engines. So we are removing the excess heat with the help of a cooling mechanism. So the cooling water which is passing inside removes the heat so that the life of the engine is become more. So these are the major components of the IC engine. Thank you.